All India Radio presents Morning News. Good morning, I am Tanvi Taneja. The headlines. Fourth BIMSTEC Summit begins today in Kathmandu. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says summit will chart the course for building a peaceful and prosperous Bay of Bengal region. Indian economy to grow at 7.4% during current fiscal, forecasts RBI's annual report. Government says demonetization substantially achieved its objective of curbing black money, terror financing and weeding out fake notes. ISRO to outsource production of polar satellite launch vehicle and small satellite launch vehicles to private industries. Space Agency to concentrate on Gaganyaan, India's first manned mission. In Asian Games, India to face Malaysia in men's hockey semi-final. Indian athletes to vie for gold in 6 different events. And in cricket, fourth test between India and England begins today at Southampton. The fourth Bay of Bengal Initiative for Multi-Sectoral Technical and Economic Cooperation, BIMSTEC Summit, will begin today in Kathmandu, Nepal. All heads of state or government of member countries, Bangladesh, Bhutan, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Myanmar and Thailand are participating in the 2-day event. Prime Minister Narendra Modi arrived in Kathmandu this morning on a 2-day visit to Nepal to attend the summit. In a statement ahead of his visit, Mr. Modi expressed confidence that the fourth BIMSTEC summit will chart the course for building a peaceful and prosperous Bay of Bengal region and will further consolidate the progress made so far under the BIMSTEC. The Prime Minister said during the summit he will have interactions with all the leaders of the BIMSTEC to further enrich the regional cooperation, enhance the trade ties and advance the collective efforts to build a peaceful and prosperous Bay of Bengal region. The Prime Minister said his participation in the summit symbolizes India's highest priority to its neighbourhood and the strong commitment to continue deepening the relationship with the extended neighbourhood in Southeast Asia. He said the theme of the summit is towards a peaceful, prosperous and sustainable Bay of Bengal region will enable the participating nations to shape a collective response to the common aspirations and challenges. Mr. Modi said on the margins of the BIMSTEC summit, he will have the opportunity to interact with the leaders of Bangladesh, Bhutan, Myanmar, Sri Lanka and Thailand. The Prime Minister said he is also looking forward to meet Prime Minister of Nepal, KP Sharma Oli, and review the progress made in the bilateral ties since his last visit to Nepal in May this year. Mr. Modi also said Prime Minister Oli and he will have the honour and privilege to inaugurate the Nepal Bharat Maitri Dharamshala at the Pashupatinath Temple Complex. Our correspondent has filed this report.
The Prime Minister Narendra Modi is having a very busy schedule in Nepal. After reaching Kathmandu, he will call on the President of Nepal, Vidya Devi Bhandari, along with other leaders of BIMSTEC and attend a luncheon hosted by the President Bhandari. Later, the Prime Minister will participate in the 4th BIMSTEC Summit and address the inaugural session. On the sidelines of the summit, PM Modi will have bilateral meetings with the President of Sri Lanka, Maithripala Sirisena, and the Prime Minister of Bangladesh, Sheikh Hasina. In the evening, he will attend a banquet hosted by the Prime Minister of Nepal, KP Sharma Oli, in the honor of BIMSTEC leaders. Rajkumar, AIR News, Kathmandu.
The Reserve Bank expects Indian economy to grow at 7.4% in the current financial year on pick-up in industrial activity and good monsoon. More from our correspondent.
In its annual report released yesterday, RBI also said that its monetary policy will continue to be guided by the objective of achieving the medium-term target for retail inflation of 4% while supporting the growth. The report notes that agricultural production is likely to remain strong. It had indicated that headline inflation may face upside risk in the remaining portion of the year. Headline inflation, which clocked an average of 4.8% in first quarter of 2018-19, is likely to rise amid rising in global commodity prices such as crude oil, weakening rupee, and other developments around financial markets in the world. Madhuri Pandey, AIR News, Mumbai.
The government has said that demonetization of high-value currency notes achieved its objective quite substantially and there is no cash crunch in any part of the country. Briefing reporters in New Delhi, Economic Affairs Secretary S.C. Garg said objectives of demonetization like checking black money, terror financing, promoting digital transaction and weeding out fake currency notes have been achieved.
Major advantage which also took place was newer notes with more security features etc. came into the system. It virtually weeded out all the fake note system. We have not in last 1 year and 10 months had even a single high quality fake note in the systems.
Prime Minister Narendra Modi had announced demonetization of high-value currency notes on 8th of November 2016. The Election Commission has laid special emphasis on making the poll process accessible for everyone, particularly persons with disabilities and weaker sections of the society. Concluding the two-day visit of Madhya Pradesh ahead of the upcoming assembly elections, Chief Election Commissioner O.P. Rawat told reporters in Bhopal that the accessible observers will be appointed for the first time apart from other regular observers during the elections. He also said that the Commission has decided to set up at least one all-women managed polling station in all assembly constituencies for the first time in Madhya Pradesh. This is All India Radio, giving you the news. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts. Indian Space Research Organisation ISRO will outsource the production of the Polar Satellite Launch Vehicle and small satellite launch vehicles to private industries. ISRO Chairman K. Sivan told media persons in Bengaluru that private industries will play a major role in capacity building. He said ISRO will concentrate on Gaganyaan, India's first manned mission to outer space. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has set a target of 2022 for this task when India celebrates its 75th Independence Day. Our correspondent has more.
ISRO has its hands full. It wants to have 22 launches in a year and is also working on Chandrayaan 2 apart from carrying out the onerous task of sending Indian astronaut base by 2022. Hence, ISRO is seeking industry participation for capacity building of infrastructure. To boost ISRO's partnership with industry, the 6th edition of Biennial Space Expo will be held in Bengaluru from September 6th to 8th. A pavilion on Gaganyaan project by ISRO will be the star attraction for the public visiting the expo. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
The threat of floods looms large over many areas of western Uttar Pradesh after heavy rains as well as water coming from Uttarakhand. Tarai and eastern parts of the state are still reeling under the flood fury. At least 10 people lost their lives in rain-related incidents during the past 36 hours. Our correspondent has filed this report.
Almost all rivers in Moradabad and Bareilly divisions are in spate after heavy rains in the region. In Sambhal district, many villages are flooded after water released from Narora barrage in Ganga. As per the Central Water Commission's report, Ganga, Ramganga, Sharda, Ghagra and Kuano rivers are flowing above the danger mark. Apart from Ghagra, the swelling Sharda, which passes through parts of Pilibhit and Lakhimpur Kheri, is flowing more than 1 meter above danger mark and flooding low-lying areas. State Relief Commissioner Sanjay Kumar told AIR that administration is working on war footing to repair damaged embankments on Ghagra, Rapti and Narani rivers. Sushil Chandra Tiwari, AIR News, Lucknow.
Union Minister of State for Finance and Shipping, Pon Radhakrishnan, has said that the demands of the Kerala government will be looked into by the central government and necessary assistance will be provided to the flood-ravaged state. Inaugurating the state-level Bankers Committee meeting in Thiruvananthapuram yesterday, he said all public and private insurance companies have been instructed to quickly process and expedite settlement of all claims arising out of the floods. Bihar is all set to achieve 100% household electrification under the Pradhan Mantri Sahaj Bijli Har Ghar Yojana Saubhagya. The state has already achieved 93% of the target of electrifying 33 lakh households. Punia district is among the front runners in this regard. Here is a ground report from our Patna correspondent.
In Purnia, the resident of Jotal Khai village of Satkudaria Gram Panchayat, Vikas Kumar says it is like dreams come true as their coveted demand of providing electricity has been fulfilled.
Our house is equipped with electricity and we sleep with the electric fan turned on. We live in bright light unlike earlier when days and night were same for us. Earlier we do not have idea what kind of things is electricity.
An elder native of Rahua village of the district, Kamleswari Prasad Yadav says, with the footfall of electricity in his locality, the prospects of agriculture, business and other employment-related opportunities have been brightened.
Due to electricity, the agriculture-related potential has increased. Now people are using electric run fodder machines. Studying has become convenient during night for children. Business and usual like flour mill are being established. If electricity would reach to farms, irrigation facility will enhance.
With so many mop-up camps of electrification under Saubhagya scheme and Gram Swaraj Abhiyan in the district, over 1,20,000 households have been equipped with electricity, achieving the target within 1 year. Dharmendra Kumar Rai, AIR News, Patna.
And now news from the 18th Asian Games being held in Indonesia.
India will aim to improve its medal tally in the Games as Indian athletes will feature in 6 different categories today. Gold and silver medalists in the men's 800 meters event, Manjeet Singh and Jinson Johnson will be in action in the men's 1500 meters final, while Monika Chaudhary and Chitra will be for top honors in women's 1500 meters final. Indian men's and women's team will also run for gold in 4x400 meter relay competition. Govindan Lakshmanan will be seen in action in men's 5000 meters final. Sandeep Kumari and Seema Punia will feature in women's discus throw final. In women's hockey, India will be up against Malaysia in the semi-finals. All India Radio will broadcast live commentary on the match from 3:55 p.m. onwards. In squash, the women team will compete against Hong Kong in Pool B, while Indian bridge, men's, women's and mixed pair will play their semi-final matches. In table tennis, men's and women's singles events are opening today. The Indian paddlers featuring Manika Batra, Mohammad Das, Sarat Kamal and G. Satyan will aim for another historic medal in the event. Indian athletes will also feature in judo, karash, volleyball, sepak takraw, cycling and diving. India is currently 9th in the medals tally with 11 gold, 20 silver and 23 bronze. Rituraj, Sports Desk.
And in cricket, India will take on England in the 4th test match of the 5-match series at Southampton today. The match will begin at 3:30 p.m. Indian time. Indian skipper Virat Kohli informed that R. Ashwin has recovered from his hip injury and is fit to play the match. Kohli also hinted that he would field an unchanged side today. England lead the series 2-1. And now for an overview of today's newspapers. It's over to Saida Mujtaba.
Thank you, Tanvi. Among the top stories reported across newspapers today, the Supreme Court's relief given to the 5 activists arrested by Maharashtra police receives prominent attention. Keep arrested activists confined to homes, not jail for now. SC to cops. Headlines at Times of India. The Indian Express quotes the apex court as saying, dissent, safety valve of democracy, pressure cooker will burst if not allowed. The Indian Express has prominently photographed the wreath-laying ceremony of the 4 policemen martyred in Shopian yesterday. Again, J&K policemen targeted, 4 shot dead after top Hizbul commander is killed. Headlines The Daily. The Asian Age quotes Prime Minister Modi as saying, don't use social media to spread dirt, as it wasn't about any ideology, but it simply doesn't behove a decent society. The paper also writes, WhatsApp to help spot fake news by training community leaders across states. Reporting on the takeaways of the RBI's annual report, the Times of India writes, 99.3% of banned notes back. Government says demonetization met most objectives. The Hindu Business Line reports, after bad loans, RBI flags rise in bank frauds too. And finally, in what could be bad news for the numerous private coaching centers across India, the Times of India writes, free government coaching for JEE, NEET from 2019. The paper says the National Testing Agency set up by the government will convert its over 2,500 practice centers into teaching centers from May next year. And with that, it's back to you, Tanvi.
Thank you, Saira. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. 4th BIMSTEC Summit begins today in Kathmandu. Prime Minister Narendra Modi says summit will chart the course for building a peaceful and prosperous Bay of Bengal region. Indian economy to grow at 7.4% during current fiscal, forecasts RBI's annual report. Government says demonetization substantially achieved its objective of curbing black money, terror financing and weeding out fake notes. ISRO to outsource production of polar satellite launch vehicle and small satellite launch vehicles to private industries. Space Agency to concentrate on Gaganyaan, India's first manned mission. And in Asian Games, India to face Malaysia in men's hockey semi-final. Indian athletes to vie for gold in 6 different events. And with that we end the morning news. Have a nice day.